Hey guys, what's up? GJ here, bringing you the Excel training for labs once again. Anyways, guys, yesterday I had some medical checkup to do and couldn't really do it on live. So here I am. So without any further explanation, let's move on directly to our pivot table training for today. Thanks to many people's ideas and suggestions, I changed the schedule once again. Sorry. And before we move on to building the dashboard together, I will be covering pivot table. And to be honest, I don't know what I know about Excel. So whatever I try to do, whatever I need to do as for the dashboard, I will be building up little by little. But anyways, today we will be starting pivot table for the beginning part, for the basic part. Sorry, and I know many of you are not so sure about what pivot table is, how to do it, how to build it, but I know at the same time that uh, you guys heard of it many times. Okay, so today we are going to cover the very basic part of it, so you know what it is. You know how to build the most basic part of the pivot table. Okay, as always, and let's remind ourselves that you should always ask for private training in terms of Excel, and you must always invest into your own skills. And remember, progress is progress, no matter how small. If you know the right target, and you can keep, and if you just keep going the right direction, then you will get there one day or another. And efficiency equals working hours times skill proficiency, meaning that if you just put a lot of working hours, it doesn't mean you're gonna get there. You guys you have to always remember, if you want to be efficient, you have to be proficient with your skills as well. Okay. All right. So, and that is why we are learning Excel. Let's go to our session 9, pivot table 1, basic. Okay, so maybe it's hard for you guys to read. Gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay, so um is pivot table. Um uh so pivot table is basically a reset of a database into your own should say customized into own customized X and Y axis of cross data. Okay, but maybe it's not gonna make sense right now. But let me come back to you on this that definition later on. Cross table. So pivot table is a cross table that rearranges data into matching parts. Okay, once again, I know it's not gonna make too much sense. Okay, so let me tell you what pivot table is by the definition. So I'm going to transform our background data, which is data here, and then I'm going to show you the example down here, and then we are going to build section 9 pivot table together. So we are going to make we're gonna make a new sheet down here that says session 9 pivot later on together. I should have said. And I have actually made all examples already. But anyways, okay, so remember those definitions, and let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. So this is the table we have been building, since ever since I think it was session 6. We've been putting all kinds of features to this database, and then we built this together, and then we built all the trendy and all this new features together. Now finally we are going to use the same table to build our own pivot table. Okay, so what's the problem with this data uh, when we are trying to analyze something? So the problem is, uh, so this is just one-sided database. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's just say I want to answer the following questions for myself. By the way, as you listen to those questions, I want you to think of my definitions one more time. So resetting the database into our optimized X and Y, and a cross table to arrange the data into matching parts. Okay, so I want you to think about this as I tell you those. Okay, so let's just say in this database, I want to answer myself about the following questions. Uh, how many total likes in September in each channel? So how many total likes, also whether it be likes in August and likes in September in each channel. As you can see, the problem here we have is that um, uh, so we have all these channels, but it's very hard to put those channels together. At least in this database, they are not put together so that okay, so in YouTube there are how many likes in total, or in Instagram there are how many likes in total. So it's very hard to tell that just by looking at this database. Okay, right. Now second question, and I want to show the KOLs by their main channels. Okay, well, of course. So what in order to do that, what I would have to do is I have to rearrange this section and put them all together. So the ones that are YouTube, they are put together. Ones that are Instagram, they are put together. Facebook, they're all put together. Yes, we can do it by hand, but we don't want to do that. That's the whole point of learning this Excel skills, right? Okay, so that would be my question too. And which KOL has the most likes in each channel? So in YouTube, out of all this, there will be one specific KOL who has the most um, uh, and Facebook. There will be another number one. Instagram, another number one. Okay, but just by looking at this, it's actually not very easy to tell by just boom. It's not like that. Okay. And of course, in our professional setting, and when we are actually dealing with the real database, where the data, the length and the size of the database is actually more than just, right now we have actually, I put just made like 20 lines of data here. But in fact, when you are doing the data analysis in the real professional setting, and I'm sure you'll be talking about hundreds and hundreds of data at the same time. And when that happens, you cannot just count them by fingers. It's almost impossible, and it's probably most of the time it is waste of time too. Okay, so now having heard those questions, now I want you to go back to my definition of pivot table here. Okay, so what am I doing? In order to answer those questions, and if you do not know how to use pivot table, what you would have to do is you have to match YouTube, and Instagram are all you have to categorize them one by one, all differently, and it's going to take you a lot of time. Okay, but if I can make my own customized y-axis and x-axis of cross data, and then if I can use that y-axis and x-axis, make it into another cross table, rearrange them, and put them together into their own matching parts. And when I say matching parts, those matching parts and what are the questions that I will be answering uh, uh, in those questions. Like for example, how many total likes in each channel? So the likes in September in this each channel. So that would be the matching parts. What are the parts of the parts of the data that matches when it comes to likes in September and the channels? Okay, and I know even when you hear this definition, it's not going to make 100% sense at the moment. That is why I will be actually answering those questions using the real examples. Okay, and of course I'm going to show you how to build them. Okay, so let's just say we have those questions we want to answer for ourselves, And okay, let me show you how those answers look like. Okay, so how many total likes in September in each channel? Okay, so what I have done in this pivot table is on my y-axis. Okay, I have put. Uh, I wish I can make my screen any bigger, but sorry, just well, it's actually a very simple one. Okay, if you know pivot table, this is like the simplest question you can answer. Uh, okay, so how many total likes in September in each channel? Okay, so let me show you in this pivot table. By the way, just don't try to understand this part yet. I'll go and explain for you. How many total likes in September in each channel? Here on my y-axis, I have put each channel. I have put channels. Okay, and ignoring all other factors, ID, name, viewers rating, and all that. Ignoring all other factors, I have put in the sum or the value part. Sorry, everything's in Korean. uh I have put the likes in September and likes in August. Okay, so when I so I just by putting those boom boom like that, and I made it. And let me show you one more time. It's going to look like that. So when I do open my pivot table, uh in the pivot table, okay, so in this pivot table, I will be building this one more time. Uh, 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 okay, so how many total likes in September in each channel? Okay, so what did I say in each channel? So I am putting that on my y-axis. Put that y-axis here, and then how many total likes do I want? What do I want to see? Likes in September. I'm sorry, likes in August, likes in September. Boom, boom. All I have to do just press it. And I'm going to show you how to get this part but later on. But okay, for now, I want you to see it that way. Okay, now, second question. Which KOL has the more, sorry, show the KOLs by their main channels. Okay, so show the KOLs by their main channels. Okay, so what I have created in this is like a filter version. And what I do is I click on this, click on this, and then I get to choose which channel do I want to see, and each channel there will be the KOLs that perform in there. For example, I want to see the ones that are only in Facebook. Press that, and it's going to show me those. Go here, Instagram, show me those. YouTube, show me those. Okay. How did I build this? Let me show you. Okay, let's look at the question again. Show the KOLs by their main channels. Okay, so in this case, in fact, there are two ways of doing it. But what I showed you is I used a filter. So here I used main channel as my filter, and using that filter, I wanted to see my KOLs. Okay, so once again, what do I want to see? What's the main thing I want to see? It the one that goes onto the y-axis. It's the show the KOLs. So I put the name. Okay, and what did I say? And uh, I I filtered them. I filtered them by the channel's name. And what I did is I put this. I mean, it says filter in Korean, but sorry, yeah, I can. And I put it into filter. Okay, and what it does for me is I go here, and then it lets me choose. Well, it lets me choose the filter, the sections or the channels that I wanted to see. Okay, so the one if I do that, it's going to show me the ones that are in Facebook and Facebook and Instagram. I'll choose just that. Only Facebook. As you guys probably have noticed, this is one feature we have to be using later on when we are building the dashboard. And I'm sure that those of you who are watching, when I say dashboard and when I want to build the feature, it's kind of feature onto our dashboard, and I'm sure you guys understand what it means. Later on, when we are building the dashboard, this is the part we are going to use many of the times. Remember that part. Okay, so show the tables by their main channel. So we set that up like that. It's actually quite simple, right? Okay, let's go to question 3. Now we've done. Let's just say we've done this. We've done this, and my question is, which KOL has the most likes in each channel? Okay, which KOLs has the most likes in each channel? So this question 3 and this question 2 is actually the same, except that we want to show the likes next to it. Okay, what did I say? In order to do that, how do we do that? Just simply put it as y-axis and x-axis. Okay. You can see actually this. You can actually see that this part where I put the filter main channel, and the y-axis, the names of the KOLs, they're actually the same, right? All I did is who has the most likes in each channel. So in order to see that, what do I have to do? I have to put the likes like that. Yeah. Okay, now we have all the names. Okay, but for example, in this case, I want to see only the Facebook. So who has the most likes in Facebook? What do I do? Go here, press Facebook, and then it's going to show me only the Facebooks, right? And all I have to do in order to what I have to do in order to see this from the top to bottom, so from the high to low. Uh, well, actually, so you can actually use this. Let me, sorry, I didn't explain this. Okay, so let me do it again. Okay, so you have Facebook here, and if you want to rearrange the data, rearrange the numbers from the high to low, what do? You go here. I have no idea what it's what's going to say in English version, but it means something like ascending to descending, something like that. Sorry, find it. Check. Make sure to uh uh uh, uh damn, sorry. Make sure you reference your Excel file as you are watching this thing. That's the best way to learn it. Anyways, we go here, press that thing, and it says from the ascending to descending. Press that, and you can see Jarvan. This guy has the top likes in August from 95,000, and second Cow, third Alan, Greater, Daniel, Garen, and all. That's the order right there. Okay, so how about if you want to see this part in ascending to descending? And of course, you cannot put two of those orders into the same one. But anyway, let's just say for the sake of example, do that. And this time, you can see this when you set that ordering into this one, you can see how it's changed. For the sake of okay, but in this case, let's just say we want to see all the likes from Facebook and Instagram and we want to compare those. And what do? We do that again. Go here, press that. Now, okay, the day has most number of likes in August, but in September, if we do that. Okay. Okay. Now, question 3B. This is the question that I will be answering. I'll be showing you in the new session 9 pivot table section. So now we've seen how those examples and how we can answer those questions, and let me show you how I actually built it from the very scratch. Okay. Now let's make another sheet. Name it sheet 9, session 9, pivots. Okay. Now, now you saw how those work. Let's answer those questions one more time. Okay. I'm going to start. Of course, I'm gonna answer those. I'm going to start by how do I build the pivot table in the first place? Okay. Okay. First thing I do. Number one. Number one is you go to insert, and once again I apologize, it's in Korean. You go to insert and you press pivot table. It's show you. Go to insert pivot table, and it's going to ask you. So from where? Press that. You press the first one all the time. I mean, don't worry about the other one. Okay, now it's going to ask you. The first thing it's going to ask you is where is your original data? Okay. In this case, it's in another sheet. So we are going to press that. Go to the sheet, the background data we want to use. Drag the parts, and so that's the area we are going to use as a background information for our pivot table. Now, where are we going to place this pivot table? Is okay. So once again, we want to set it. Okay, now we want to set it here, where our pivot table starts. You don't have to like drag it. You just have to tell the Excel, okay, just start from that specific point, and it's going to do the rest for you. Okay, well, I press that part, and I press OK. Now, and once you do that, Excel is going to show you. Oh, sorry, my face is blocking the view a little bit. Hold on. Ah, damn. Damn. I'm sorry. I was it blocking the way the whole time? No. Okay. Well, now you learn. Okay. Well, anyways, so if you set where the background data is, and if you tell Excel, okay, this is where I want to build my pivot table, then this is what you will be looking at. Okay. Now, uh, number one, question number one: how many total likes in September in each channel? Each channel, so I put the channel here first. Press it onto my y-axis. And then how many total likes in September? Very simple. Total number of likes into, so common mistake that people make is they think, okay, so because it's a like, shouldn't I put it on the x-axis? No, because this is the number you want to see, and so you want to put it onto that value part. Okay, and this x-axis part will be automatically set. Anyways, you do that. So this is question number one answered. How many total likes in each channel? Facebook this much, Instagram, YouTube, and all that. Okay. Now let's go to answer two. Show the KOL by their main channels. Okay. So how do I do that? One more time. Same. Go to pivot table. Go here. We want to use the same background. Use the worksheet. Start from. Actually, I'm going to start from here. Then click. Now, let's. Okay, click that, and we go here. So Show the KOLs by their main channels. I'm gonna put what I want to see in this section, name and their channels. But this time, remember, guys, I used the filter in order to show the KOLs, show the KOLs by their main channels, so that I can toggle, I can do the toggle in between uh, the the filter and toggle in between the channel names. So that here, here, okay. Now and then it's set. Let me show you. I go here and I get to choose the whatever channels I want to do. If you want to put multiple channels, multiple filters in here, what you have to do, press that. And of course, you can also put other factors in here, so you can put more filters on top of this. But that's something we are going to discuss later on. I don't want to confuse you. But anyways, this is how it works. You go here, go to main channel. You have a new filter available. Want to do Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that, or just that. Facebook, for example, and then boom, we have that. Now I'm going to put this everything available. Now, answer 3. Which KOL has the most likes in each channel? Okay, let's do that one more time. Pivot table, go here. Background info, same. Drag, and then worksheet, where I want to start the. Actually, I want to do it here a little bit down, mainly because there's going to be the filter part, so I want to start it a little below. Press that. Okay, now it's actually, remember, it's actually pretty much the same with the question 2. Uh, so what was it? KOL. Which KOL has the most likes? Okay, I put the name and I put the channel as the filter and I put the likes as the number. Okay, and let's just say I want to see on Facebook and the likes. Alan Cow, Daniel Garen, Greater Jarvan, they work only in Facebook, and that's the likes they have. And I also asked you, where's the most likes? So in order to find out, what do? I go here, put it from the ascending to descending. Um, Sorry, I should have said actually descending. That's the correct English, I think. Yeah, descend in the descending order and ascending order. Anyways, so that Arvan, that guy has the most likes in Facebook. How about let's check out in Instagram what happens? GJ has the most likes in Instagram. YouTube, who has it? Evra, he has the most likes in YouTube in August. Now, as I told you, I want to show you some other things, and I want to show you how I play around with the pivot table. Okay. Uh, so can we distinguish those KOLs by LAFS rating? Okay. And, other examples of that. Okay, so 3B, can we distinguish the KOLs by? Okay, let me show you. Okay, so now this is more like so pivot table. There's no like specific answer because as I told you, this is a customized table and you are building the database into whatever form you want to see it in. Okay. So that is why there is no one single, complete pivot table. That's just not impossible. By definition, that is not possible. You are making your own table. So what that means is if you want to be good at pivot table, you should be playing around with the data. uh, don't worry, the computer is not going to explode no matter what you do. So you just play around with the pivot table. You understand, oh, okay, if I put it here, it shows it in this way. Put it here, it shows it that way. That's the way you want to learn it. I'm only giving you the first, very initial guide, so that I can put you into this world of pivot table. Okay. Now, the question I want to ask more is, can we distinguish those KVLs by last rating? Okay, so let's just say this one thing I want to do. So let's start again. Uh, Insert pivot table. Same table. Okay, and this part. Want to start put some filter here. Put it here, and then okay, boom. Okay. Can we distinguish those KOLs? Labs rating. Okay, so what's the main thing I want to see? Once again, the main thing I want to see is the names of the KOLs, and let's distinguish them by labs rating. It's a little boring, I think. What else can we do it? Mm, Well, okay, guys. Actually, to be honest, this is the basic. I want to discuss mainly the basic part of how pivot table works. So, I don't think I will give you more details about putting the two columns together. So, we are going to cover that in session 10. Let's just play around with it. Like, um, no, it's not gonna work like that. I think the only I think, guys, to be honest, next time we do our session 10, I am going to change the database so that this is more interest. The examples are more interesting. Okay, but for now, please bear with me. Let's just say I put the way out of the way. Main channel. Okay, so once again, we have those main channel, Facebook, and in the for the labs in the Facebook labs rating. And yep. Yep, I think I think the example in question 3 and all that pretty much the same. And I feel like I the database we have been building together, it's not too good for our training purpose. I promise you guys, in session 10, I am going to prepare a database that's going to be uh, more educational for our training purpose in the pivot table especially. But anyways, I hope you guys understand what this pivot table does, and if I put it here, what shows, if I put it there, what shows. I want you to understand that. And if you guys have some questions, of course, always bring it to me. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Especially if you are looking at this table and you are wondering, okay, well, can I answer specific question? Bring it to me. And even if I'm not sure how to answer that, as I try to answer the question for you, I feel like I'm also learning from you guys. So don't be afraid of bringing those questions to me later. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.